1336, like kitchen or poon. There's a dime knife in my chest, pull it out so I can rest. I like the pussy dear, hope it wasn't spared. I was gonna die in the ring next year, does that sound too sincere? Tired of rhyming philosophy, Chevrolet spark, smoke, napkins, reverie. I'm in tune, am I in tune? I think it's tuned. Shaking my spear, gathering clouds at a premiere. Is it fake or is it queer? New beginnings and it's near. I like the pussy dear, hope it wasn't too sincere. Had to take it to the island fear, does it sound like I'm in fear? Stop jacking on, so I can finish you off. Stop whacking on, so I can finish you off. 1336, 1336 is near, 1336 is near, 1336. We're on the corner report, my time to death. 1336 is near, 1336 is near. Pen and stone, not a stick. Behind a stone, not a stick. 1336, 1336, 1336 in the afternoon.
It's amazing. I was in with Kia for about, I'd say about 10 years. And believe it or not, I drove a Kia Rio in 2012 to Maine and drove it around for a little bit in Maine. And I got an upgrade Kia, another Rio with a traction control in Maine and by Bangor. And I was able to drive that around. Drove that at 3,000 miles back. Been with them for about 10 years. That right there is called a GT K5. Looks like the Optima. And some of the Stingers can go like 190. A lot of race car people are driving Stingers. But they're a little sports car V6. They take off, they got a G-force reader. Some of these guys, believe it or not, they started off making go-karts. A long time ago in Korea. They were a go-kart manufacturing place, but they're moving their way up to doing trucks, but not bad. They're also a lot of them come out of West Point, Georgia, so they're trying to manufacture them as an American brand, which they probably will. Well, looks like they're getting ready for Easter. You getting ready for Easter, kitty? Looking for that bunny? See if we can find that bunny. Look across the way there, that's Charles Schwab. And that area behind there is South Lake. And behind that, or in that relative area, is the Hunt's property, which is lots of cattle, trees, hills, and ponds. So this actual Buc-ee's is located right by the Speedway racetrack, which is not too far from Fort Worth, but also not too far from Denton. That's one of the entrances to the Speedway, headed towards Denton. These guys give a mean whopper. The gas there was pretty cheap. They were playing Prince on the radio. They got like a sausage thing and one of these lizard drinks. But it's kind of like out in the middle of nowhere. Pretty good. Some are going to Rome, Texas. Speed limit gets up to 70. You can kind of see it right here for a second. So they take off like the Autobahn kind of thing. Autobahn, Autobahn, Autobahn. That was cool. That pond over there looked like Leonard Skinner's dock thing. This will say Rome. There's the sun. Rome, Texas. All for a sandwich. Yum, yum, yum. I see the horizon area. Decatur's not too far. It's out in the middle. Pretty much kind of nowhere. There's a Dairy Queen over there, though. There's Rome City Hall right there.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
And that is pretty much Rome, Texas. It's funny how Texas has all these names. Like Rome, Texas, you know, and so many names, like Paris, Texas. This is pretty interesting right here. My dad used to have a boat kind of like that. They're really interesting little boats. Those are probably from the 70s. I think they have a memorial. It's not too big, but I don't know what memorial it's for. Veterans Memorial. Tribute to all veterans. Oh, and they have a little, so if you're a veteran, you can go up there and give a little speech about being a veteran. There's a flag up there. That's neat. I always like these old water towers, some of these small little towns like Rome. You can't really read that it says Rome, but it does. Rome kind of overlooks a lot of the country of Texas, because most of Texas is actually country. There are some big cities, but you're seeing some of the, probably headed towards maybe like the Panhandle kind of thing, area, or the opposite side. Either way, it's still a lot of country. That's west, so that'd be the Panhandle, towards the Panhandle, because the sun sets in the west. So that's going towards the Panhandle there. Goodbye, Rome, Texas. So that says white cheddar Bucky nuggets. And that one says perfectly pulled pork at Bucky's too, right there. I always thought that my car kind of looks like Shrek. It's kind of how looks like the ears, and like a long Space Invader or something. Right now we're going right into Denton. I didn't do it. Well, got another assignment. I was in Rome. Now I'm headed towards Fort Worth, Texas. Lot of country. So I want to say that she's from Australia, but I know that she worked with the guy that wrote Pretty Pimpin', which is Kurt Vile. Oh, they got the L. I think it's interesting that McDonald's has their own flag.
What's the code?
amazing. A lot of people call this time magic hour. It's usually around right when the sun starts to go down. Has a nice little effect. That's a speedway at magic hour. Interesting. Is book Stephen King's It, because I never read all of it. I read most of the beginning of it. So this is the Speedway area, and it is partially Fort Worth. So parts of it is actually in the Fort Worth, I guess, city, but it's not near downtown. Appears to be a hidden Mickey. Make that point about crime and these flashing lights and the fact that they need to be replaced, because that lowers crime. So always kind of see them right here. You can see there it's flashing. These long roads look cool sometimes. That stuff looks always cool. Then there's that stuff right way over there in the distance. That looks cool too. Just kind of sitting there. So I was watching Escaping the Mouse with Breck Roll, and he suggested fuzzy tacos. And right over here, if you look, it was actually created by some chefs. They were gourmet chefs. That's why they have the silver bowl thing. But it's right here. Let's go check it out. So there's no mask requirement right here. So they have a lot of stuff like shrimp tacos and really cool stuff. I decided to go with the Forever Cup from Fuzzy's. So it comes out to $2.91 after tax, but you get forever refills forever. So the actual title of it is Fuzzy Tacos, and I like the fact that you can get a forever refill cup. It's really cool. I thought this was kind of cool. This little guy on a horse. And then you got Fuzzy's way over here. Pretty good refills. When I lived in California, I used to always go to Trader Joe's to get stuff like dehydrated fruit and power bars and protein mix and things like that. Sometimes tofu, because I was a vegetarian for a while. But my first wife was Sicilian, so we had a lot of meatballs. I think my second wife was English, Dutch, Irish, and Jew. Oh man, just the radio sometimes. I just get tired of it, really. Oh man. Oh well. Ready? Let's go. that's a wrap. It's flag. Headed into the airport to drop off some Mubi hamburger and a half shake. Shaky, shaky, shack. We're just kind of moseying on. Now, doing ride share with this, you got to get the exact coordination for the pickup. Oh, looks like I had something coming through. Strange. The car ahead of me has Georgia plates. I'm in Texas right now, not far from DFW Airport. But the iTunes thing that I'm listening to is talking about Georgia. The guy's speech was about Georgia. And those are Georgia plates. I'm in Texas. Pretty interesting. It's a conversation with a senator. It's an interesting, like there's Georgia, and I'm in Texas, and it's on the iPod thing, on the Apple iPod thing.